Once you've sent your campaign and you've given it a bit of time for your contacts to read it and to click on it, then there are several ways that you can report on your activity on MaxML Plus. Firstly, on the dashboard, right at that bottom, you've got that line graph, which shows you the activity in the last 30 days, which gives you a very brief snapshot of the last month and how many emails have been sent, how many have been opened, and how many have been clicked. So you can see here that we have various days of activity. Sometimes we're sending a few emails, sometimes we're sending even more, and at other points the number of clicks and opens varies a bit as well. So that depends on the kind of content that we're sending. If you scroll right up to the top, and you will see one of the drop-down menus is reporting. Now, if you click on the first option, which is account reports, this will give you a more detailed but still general overview of what is being sent. So you can see here in the bottom right that we've been uploading more contacts recently, so different address books. On the bottom left, you can see the number of the amount of delivery. So out of the emails that weren't delivered, 71% were soft bounce, which means that they are still contacts and we can still reach them in the future. No hard bounces, which is very good, means our data is nice and clean and up to date. And there were some unsubscribes, which when you are emailing prospects, that is, it's not uncommon to receive unsubscribes, so I won't worry about it. The top two, however, show the level of engagement and interaction. So engagement is how many people opened your email, and as you can see, different emails receive different amounts of engagement. This isn't done by percentage, it is done by numbers. So don't worry if you suddenly see a drop on your graph like this. It could be that you're sending out less emails rather than a less percentage. And then interaction, you can also, this is how many people have clicked within your email. So again, you can see this is just number of clicks, not percentages. And so if you see a small drop like you had here, it can mean that you maybe sent out less emails and that's why you received less clicks. You can change the date range on this. You can either view from the last 7 days or a custom date range. So if you want to look at the last month, the last quarter, or even the last year, you can do that very easily. And then you can also filter it by tags as well. So select campaign tags and anything that you have tagged, so whether it's the year, the season, the type of customer, or the type of campaign, you can view maybe specifically prospecting campaigns. Now, if you go back up to the top right and click on campaign reports instead, this will take you to all of the campaigns that you have sent out, and it can give you various different information on how it's done, like the total number of emails sent, how many, the number of opens, and the click to open rate as well. However, what we're going to do, we're going to look at one specifically, which is the July newsletter that went out the other day. Just like before you sent it, there's a little thumbnail here which you can click and you can see and you can preview the campaign and how it looked. If we close that, it gives you quite a bit of information, but all of it can be used in a particular way. So at the start, it tells you how many were sent and then how many were delivered and a percentage. So we can see here that 5 emails didn't reach the inbox of the person that we sent it to. And if we look down at the bottom, we had 5 soft bounces. So that's people that may have an out of office or internet connectivity problems, and at that time they didn't receive that email. But a 98.87% delivery rate is very good, so that's not a problem. Next is engagement and the number of people that opened it. So we had 156 individual unique people opening the email, which has a 35.5% open rate. Now, the industry standard that we see with emails going out is between 9 and 12%. This does sometimes seem quite low, but in order to get that even like 10% of people opening your email across the average, across the industry, is deemed a success. So obviously this email was very positive because we had a 35% open rate. And not only did we have those 156 people opening it, but it was actually viewed in total 388 times. So that means that those people often maybe looked at it twice or even forwarded it to somebody else so that multiple people were seeing our message or people were viewing it multiple times. It also tells you the list of non-openers, so the people that didn't open it. With all of these, you'll see that they're purple and they're actually hyperlinks, and they can take you through to a list of the people that opened it and a list of the people that didn't. You can actually export this as an Excel or a CSV document. So if you want to do any follow-up calls or any data cleansing, you can do so. Underneath, you've got interaction, which again tells you the unique number. So the unique number of people that clicked through. So that means 8 separate people clicked within this email, and the links were clicked 9 times. So at least one person clicked on more than one thing, which is positive. So the percentage of user click through here is 1.82. That's because 1.82% of the total number of people that were sent clicked on it. However, the percentage that we look at in interaction is the click to open rate. So out of the 156 people that did open the email, 8 people clicked. And so that calculates through to 5%. Again, this can seem low to some people. However, the industry standard that we usually see on emails is between 3 and 6%. So our open rate was very good, and our click to open rate was well within the average as well. You can also view the replies, and if you click on the replies, then when it loads, you can see who has replied, and you can click on their message and see what they have done. If you have, however, set up your forwarding address correctly, you should have received those replies to the email address that you put. And then just at the bottom, you've got the removes. So there were no hard bounces. There were 5 soft bounces, but that's not a problem because it's a very small amount considering how many people we did send it to. And we got 2 unsubscribe requests. Again, if you are sending this to any prospecting customers, that's not uncommon to receive an unsubscribe request. On the right hand side here, you'll see the conversion funnel, which if you've got anything to do with sales, you will recognize. So a large majority of people got the message delivered to them, and a good chunk of people actually opened the email as well. And then just below here, it tells you the percentage of people opening it on different platforms. So you can see here that nearly 80% of people viewed our email on Outlook, on a desktop or a laptop computer, which is why we mainly use that version of Preview, etc. And that's how we build our emails. However, there are other people who are opening it on iPhone or Android or Apple Mail as well. So if your iPhone percentage was growing, then you can start looking at things like the mobile layout of your email and using things like emojis as well. Now, below here, it will tell you the links that people clicked on, so you can check what people are actually clicking on within your email. And another way to view that is to, up here on the blue stripe, if you click Email Hotspot, then it will show you the preview of the email, and it will show you where people have clicked within the email. So I can see that 2 people clicked on this Download Now button, and 1 person clicked on the event there, and 1 person clicked to read this blog. Now, also on this blue bar, you can see a button where it says Print Report. If you click that, it'll open up this little window where this snapshot that we've just been going through, you can actually print this as a PDF. And it goes into even more detail as well. It will tell you any hot prospects, so anyone who has opened it multiple times or clicked multiple times, and the most popular email domains. So if you're sending it to multiple people within the same business, if quite a few of them are interested in the email, then that says something. Also shows us the time of day that people were opening our email. So this email went out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is when the majority of people did open it. But people were opening it throughout the afternoon and evening, and even probably the next day in the morning as well. So there is a lot of information to be taken from there, both for follow-up purposes and for planning future campaigns. And you can either print this or you can download it as a PDF as well. So if we close that, what you can do, if you are sending a lot of emails, or even sporadic ones and you sometimes forget, if you click again on this blue bar where it says manage email updates, you can say which email addresses you would like to send an email of this report to and how often you want to send that report as well. So at the moment, Katie and Adam get daily updates of the emails sent within the last week so that they can look at the percentages of opens, clicks, and forward on the relevant information to the people that need to follow it up. If you have any further questions about how to get information from the reports or the best practice on how to use that information for follow-up purposes or planning future campaigns, do get in touch with us at the office on 0114 256 6300 or email marketing@officefriendly.co.uk and we'll be able to help.